Hello dear learners, hope you are doing well and studying hard. As you all know, the part 1 of the paper of December 2019 is uploaded. Here comes the part 2. Yes, and without wasting much of your time, we will get started. Question number 51. Who among the following were painters of Shah Jahan? Muhammad Nadir Samarkandi, Abdul Samad, Mir Hashim or Mir Sayyid Ali? It is option D. Muhammad Nadir Samarkandi and Mir Hashim. Okay? Abdul Samad and Mir Sayyid Ali were associated with Akbar's court. And Abdul Samad was the one who came with Humayun and he was present in the court of Akbar. Okay? Under Shah Jahan, Mughal campaigns continued, but also the art architecture was patronized by Shah Jahan. Therefore, it flourished a lot during his period. Okay? Question number 52. Which of the following features of Jami Mosque of Gulbarga are correct? The Indian and Iranian elements are so intertwined in it as to be indistinguishable. The whole structure is a vast pillar hall covered by a roof. There is open courtyard in it. The entire roof is covered by small domes arranged in 7 rows. Correct answer is option B, A, B, D. Okay? Indian Iranian are so intertwined it is indistinguishable. The whole structure is a vast pillar hall covered by a roof and the entire roof is covered by small domes arranged in 7 rows. Okay? And it was built by, who was the builder? Muhammad I. By Muhammad I. To commemorate Gulbarga as capital of Bahmani Sultanate. Okay? And it is a very rare example of Indian mosque because it has no courtyard in the entire structure. And it is not completely Persian or Indian, but it is a mix of both. Okay, and it is the characteristic architecture of the Deccan. Yes. One more thing, the corners are marked by domes and the entire roof is covered by small domes arranged in 7 rows. Okay, the style of this mosque did not find favor in India, though it may have inspired in a limited ways design of Kali Masjid and Khirki Masjid. Which of the following pairs are correctly matched? Suba Tarafdar, Pargana Sardar, Sarkar Faujdar and Watan Watandar. So the correct answer is option A and C only. These two are correctly matched. Suba Tarafdar and Sarkar Faujdar. Okay. The head of Suba Tarafdar and he was to collect the revenue. Okay. Then Sarkar, it is Faujdar. And Faujdar was an administrative division whereas Sarkar was a territorial and revenue division. And Faujdar was appointed by imperial orders. Parganas had Diwan. Diwani office was responsible for Parganas. Okay, Diwani. Then Watan Jagirs were given to the zamindars in their local. And Watan के कौन रहते थे इसीलिए? They were the Jagirdars. Okay, sorry. They were the Jagirdars. Okay, चलिए आगे बढ़ेंगे. Question number 54. Which of the following statements are correct with regard to Mughal expedition into Balkha and Badakhshan? So, there was the proclaimed desire on the part of Mughal emperors to recover their ancestral lands. Shah Jahan wanted to punish Nazar Muhammad, the ruler of Balkh and Badakhshan, who had an eye on Kabul. Shah Jahan wanted to enthrone Prince Dara Shikoh as an independent ruler of Balkh. Shah Jahan desired to assign Badakhshan and Jagir to Prince Aurangzeb. Select the correct answer. It is option 1 and 2 only. Okay? Option 1 and 2. There was proclaimed desire on the part of Mughal emperors to recover their ancestral land and to punish Nazar Muhammad. और किसने एक्सपेडिशंस लॉन्च किए थे? मुगल एम्परर शाहजहां in 1646-47 launched a military expedition to conquer Balkh and Badakhshan. This campaign was to be first step in expansion of Mughal rule in Central Asia. Okay, up till the Fargana Valley, because Fargana Valley was the homeland of Babur. Question number 55. Select the correct statement from the following. Akbar's ministers were careful to maintain a high quality coinage in each of the 3 metals. Gold was nearly pure, silver never dropped below 96% pure, and copper coins remained of high purity. There was free or open minting system. In 1595, there was total 96 mints. Correct option is A, B, C. total 60 minutes. 60 minutes. Okay. High quality coinage, Akbar's specialty. Then gold was nearly pure, silver never dropped below 96% purity, and copper coins high purity. Free or open minting system. And these were the monetary reforms undertaken by Akbar in his 1570s. He appointed a master at Fatehpur Sikri, executive officer in charge of all imperial mints. Question number 56. Which of the following statements are correct? Qasim Khan was chosen to be superintendent of building of Agra fort because of his reputation of military engineer as well as builder. He was later made governor of Agra fort. Father Monstret comments that he was raised to that exalted dignity from the humble position of a sapper. In 1583, Akbar appointed 8 people to look after the royal building jointly, one of whom was Qasim Khan. Option C or B is the correct. Qasim Khan was chosen to be superintendent of building of Agra fort, military engineer as well as builder, made governor of Agra fort. Father Monstret comments that he was raised to that exalted dignity from the humble position of a sapper. So, Agra Red Fort was built by Akbar. Okay, then he chose Agra as his capital, and construction took about 8 years. The construction of Agra Fort, and his chief superintendent was Qasim Khan Mir Baru Bahar, the overseer of land and sea. Okay, the painting in the fort carries a few lines of the inscription which are significant in as much as they give credit to the building of Agra Fort to Mir Qasim. Okay, and the last कि जो 1583 और Akbar appointed 8 people to look after royal building, there was no name of Qasim Khan in that list. Okay, and Mir is someone or Khan is someone was the minister of royal family and who looked after the royal buildings, roads, parks and कारखानास, and not Qasim Khan. चलिए आगे बढ़ेंगे. Question number 57. Which of the following statements regarding the impact of Western India ideas on India are correct? English education opened the floodgates of Western ideas which almost overwhelmed them at beginning. The acceptance of Western ideas that came through the medium of English was synonymous to the acceptance of British rule. It immediately aroused political consciousness and resistance against political authority. It infused a spirit of rationalism that led to the revolt of mind against the tyranny of dogma, traditional authorities, beliefs and customs. So the correct answer is option A and D. That is B. Correct answer is B. So, English education opened the floodgates of Western ideas which almost overwhelmed them at the beginning, and it infused a spirit of rationalism that led to the revolt of mind against the tyranny of dogma and traditional authorities, beliefs and customs. I guess background score was quite loud today. Indian society underwent many changes after the British came to India, and the British took new interest in introducing English through language in India. Okay, the spread of English language and Western education helped Indians to adopt modern, rational and democratic, liberal, patriotic outlook, and therefore it infused a spirit of rationalism. The fourth statement, this one. Okay, and the introduction of English education broke the barrier which had hitherto shut India from Western world. It opened the floodgates of Western ideas which almost overwhelmed them at the beginning. Okay. It raised the issue of nation, nationalism and national identity among the people of India. It helped to foster a sense of unity among Indians. Okay. Western ideas had no immediate effect on people, but rather slow effect. ये जो बोला है ना immediately aroused, it is wrong. There was slow effect. धीरे धीरे जाकर realize हुआ था. चलो 58. Question number 58. Which of the following were correct main objectives of Theosophical Society? To form a universal brotherhood of man, to promote study of ancient religions, philosophies and sciences, to proclaim the supremacy of Christian doctrines, to investigate the law of nature and develop the divine powers latent in men. So it is option A, B, D, because there was no proclaim of supremacy of Christian doctrines. Okay. Theosophical Society, which was founded by Madam H.P. Balvistkai and Colonel H.S. Olcott, W.Q. Judge and others in 1875 in New York, America. ठीक है. Their objectives were universal brotherhood, study ancient religions, sciences and philosophies, secret laws of nature, to investigate and study the secret laws of nature, to develop divine powers of men through the study of ancient religions. Okay, तो क्रिश्चियन वाला जो पॉइंट है that is wrong. And who was the person who was associated with Theosophical Society and was very active in the freedom struggle? She was Annie Besant. Okay, founded the Theosophical Society in India, ADR, along with Henry Steele Olcott. चेन्नई में हेडक्वार्टर था इसका, एंड शी वॉज द सोसाइटीज प्रेसिडेंट फ्रॉम 1907 to 1933. Okay. Question number 59. Which of the following statements are correct? Premchand was among the first to portray the Dalits as independent and recognizable characters, both as a part of poor and with their own particular problems. Premchand's literary works do not reflect political and social movements of his time. Premchand's novel reflect a surrender to ideologies of traditional Hindu religion. One of the Premchand's last and most famous stories, Kafan, was first published in Urdu in 1935 and later appeared in Hindi in 1936. Thus reflect his syncretic personality. Correct answer is A and D only. Okay. First to portray Dalits as independent and recognizable character. Therefore, he was aware of the social and political movements of his time. This statement is wrong. Premchand's novel reflect a surrender to ideologies of traditional Hindu religion. It is wrong. One of the Premchand's last and most famous stories, Kafan, was first published in Urdu 1935 and Hindi 1936. Here we are talking about Munshi Premchand, who was born in 1880 in Uttar Pradesh, and he presented the realistic picture of poverty and social evil with which people were struggling through his stories and novels. He tried to create the awareness about the exploitations and the sufferings of the society, especially selecting the Dalits because उनके ऊपर ज़्यादा atrocities होती थी. Okay. According to Shashi Bhushan Upadhyay, Premchand was the first to portray the Dalits as independent and recognizable characters, both as a part of poor and with their own particular problems. ठीक है. उनके दूसरे शॉर्ट स्टोरीज कैसे कैसे थे? ठाकुर का कुआं, मुक्ति मार्ग, ऐसे नाम थे उनके स्टोरीज. चलिए आगे बढ़ेंगे. Question number 16. Among the following statements which are correct? Historical method is a complex process involving the search for sources of information, its critical evaluation, synthesis and exposition. Reasoning should be done if the basis of the proposition is merely conjecture. The cult of document, especially the official document, owes its development largely to Leopold von Ranke. Oswald Spellinger's philosophy of history opens with a vehement attack on the European periodization of history into ancient, medieval and modern. So the correct answer is option B, A, C, D. Okay? It is the correct answer. Here we are talking about historical research or historiography, which attempts to systematically recapture the complex nuances, the people, the meanings, the events, and even the ideas of the past that have influenced and shaped the present. Okay? So, historical writing involves identify an idea or research topic, conduct background literature review, refine the research idea and questions, determine that historical method used, identify and locate primary and secondary data sources, evaluate authenticity and accuracy, analyze the data. So therefore जो first statement है ये सही है. Okay. And so the C statement is correct because it is Ranke regarded primary documents produced by eyewitnesses and participants in events as superior to secondary documents or secondary sources. इसीलिए जो डेवलपमेंट है ऑफिशियल डॉक्यूमेंट्स का इट गोज टू Ranke. Okay. And the key to Spellinger's philosophical anthropology and accompanying philosophy of history is use of Faustian legend in popular German literature to interpret modern technology. ठीक है. Actually बहुत ही difficult है question if you have to understand the literal meaning, but just understand it is concerned with the historical writing and historiography and based on the history, like the contribution of other peoples. 61. Which of the following statement regarding Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar are correct? The cardinal principle of his effort towards social reform and intellectual awakening was humanism. He did not believe in efficacy of reinterpreting the age-old scriptures. He made untiring efforts for the spread of modern scientific vernacular education. He worked for social reform based on human equality. So the correct answer is option A, C, D. Okay? The cardinal principle of his efforts towards social reform and intellectual awakening was humanism. He made untiring effort for spreading of modern scientific vernacular education and so social reform based on human equality. Yes, I am not going to spend a lot of time in explanations, because I got messages relating that, ma'am, please make short videos, because long videos are way too boring and they we lose our interest till the end. So I am trying to make the videos really short and try to give the information, only required information. Actually my objective was to give some extra information, so if there are any words you hear right now, they might help you in the upcoming exam, क्योंकि कभी कभी सुनकर ज़्यादा अच्छे से रिकॉल होता है rather than सिर्फ पढ़कर. This is my experience, and based on that I am trying to make more and more data available. Okay, Ishwar Chandra was the Bengali Sanskrit Pandit, educator, social reformer, writer, philanthropist. ठीक है, he was born in 19th century. Vidyasagar meaning the ocean of knowledge, and therefore he was given the title. चलिए, he was an expert in Sanskrit grammar, literature, dialects, and the Vedanta. And therefore he introduced courses of European history, philosophy, and science alongside Vedic scriptures to encourage the students to pursue these subjects. Widow Remarriage Act भी इन्हीं की वजह से possible हुआ था, because he was the one who put a lot of efforts in passing that act. He also attempted for the abolition of polygamy and among the Brahmins, and yes, he reconstructed the Bengali alphabet and simplified Bengali typography into 12 vowels and 40 consonants. He is best known for his Varna Parichay, which literally means introduction to alphabets. Question number 62. Which of the following statements regarding the promotion of science during colonial India are correct? 19th century Indian science was Eurocentric, centripetal, and hegemonistic discipline. For Mahendralal Sarkar, political nationalism had no meaning without science as its guiding spirit. The state involvement made colonial science philanthropic and promoting Indian interest. Colonial sciences was inextricably woven into the fabric of colonism. Choose the correct answer. It is option D, ABD. Okay. 19th century Indian science was Eurocentric. It is but obvious. Centripetal and hegemonistic, यानी कि superior लोगों के ही हाथ में था. Then Mahendralal Sarkar, political nationalism had no meaning without science as its guiding spirit. Correct. Then question option D, colonial science was inextricably woven into the whole fabric of colonism. Eurocentric था, इसीलिए colonism से ही woven रहेगा. उसका influence तो आएगा ही. European influence and the colonial tendency. So colonial science was woven because the colonial empire had led to the advancement in science in India and led to scientific revolution in India through industrialization. ठीक है. And then जो बोल रहे हैं पहला भी statement कि it was Eurocentric because though there was some scientific education before the British from the ancient time, still it was not as developed and it was not considered as, like, there was a tendency to ignore what we already had. So that is why the Indian science was more Eurocentric and not Indian centric. Okay. And what is the other question? So the state involved made colonial science philanthropic and promoting Indian interest. Is it even possible if it is Eurocentric and based on the colonism? No. How it will promote Indian interest? So there comes the option C, which is totally incorrect. Okay. कभी कभी क्वेश्चन से पढ़कर भी ध्यान में आ जाता है अगर अपोजिट आइडियाज़ वो प्रेजेंट कर रहा है. जब यहाँ पर वो बोल रहे हैं यूरोसेंट्रिक है, प्रोमोटिंग कॉलोनियल इंटरेस्ट, इफ दिस बोथ स्टेटमेंट्स आर टेकन टुगेदर एंड मोस्टली ये तीनों स्टेटमेंट साथ में हैं, ये दोनों स्टेटमेंट साथ में हैं. सो सी, दिस टू आर अपोजिट, देयरफॉर दे बोथ कांट बी करेक्ट. राइट. Question number 63. Match list 1 तीर्थंकार with list 2 respective cognizance. उनके जो सिम्बॉल्स थे, आदिनाथ, मलिनाथ, महावीरा, पार्श्वनाथ. बुल, पिचर, लायन, सर्पेंट. पिचर यानी कि जो मटका होता है पानी का. ओके. सो द करेक्ट आंसर इज ऑप्शन बी. ओके. चलिए, आदिनाथ, बुल, मलिनाथ, पिचर, महावीरा, लायन एंड पार्श्वनाथ, सर्पेंट. ठीक है. These are among the 24 Tirthankars. So the first is the Adinath, Then Malinath, who comes later on. Parshvanath is 23rd and Mahavira is 24th, the last Tirthankar, as we all know. Okay. Sorry. Match list 1, Harappan burial system with list 2, rare sites. Coffin burial, extended burial, joint burial, unburial. Harappa, Lothal, Mohenjo-daro, Sonoli. So the correct answer is option C. Coffin burial, Harappa. Extended burial, Sonoli. Joint burial, Lothal, and urn burial, Mohenjo-daro. Okay. Coffin burial system found in Harappa. The body has been wrapped in a shroud and was then placed inside a wooden coffin, which was entombed in a rectangular pit surrounded with burial offering in pottery vessels. And then Lothal, the joint burial, one male and one female. Okay. Mohenjo-daro, evidence of urn burial. Post-cremation urn burials predominant in Mohenjo-daro area. There are 3 types of burials found in Mohenjo-daro: complete, fractional, and post. So the post-cremation urn burials predominant, while in pot urn burials are found in Kalibangan. pot वाले जो है वो कहाँ मिलता है? कालीबंगन में. Okay. Then urn burial, Sonoli. Sorry. Yes, urn burial Mohenjo-daro, joint burial Lothal, extended burial is Sonoli. Extended burial is Sonoli. Okay. So here, this is a place in UP, and we find the elaborate burials which include underground chambers, decorated legged coffins, and rise in pots buried with the bodies, which comes under the extended burial. Moving further, question number 65, match list 1 text with the matter, subject matter. Bhuvan Kosa, Brihajataka, Dasarupaka, Manasara. So architecture, astrology, dramaturgy, and geography. Correct answer is option 2. Bhuvan Kosa, Bhu यानी कि earth, related to geography. Brihajatika, astrology. Dasarupaka, dramaturgy, and Manasara, architecture. Just note down the books and the authors also. Bhuvana Kosa, it is from the Agni Purana. Okay. Chapter 108 of Agni Purana is the Bhuvana Kosha, the description of universe. Then Brihajataka, written by Varamira. Okay. Dasarupaka, it is a book on Vedic astrology. Dasarupaka by Dhananjay on dramaturgy. And Manasara, essence of measurement. Actually, the author is missing here. It is regarded as the most standard and complete treatise on architecture and sculpture. Okay. Question number 66, match list 1 with list 2. Terms and their meanings. Aivan, Baradari, Kashikari, tribute. Construction on a post with and lintel principle, title mosaic, a pillared gallery, a pillared pavilion. So the correct answer is A. सबसे पहले Aivan, which is a pillared gallery. Baradari, a pillared pavilion. Kashikari, title mosaic, and tribute, construction on post and lintel principle. Okay. Kashikari still used in clothes and all. Then tribute, structural system based on the use of columns or posts and the beams. Okay. 67. Who produced before Akbar the memories of Firdous Makhani, that is Babur, which he had rendered into Persian from Turkey and received great praise? It is Abdur Rahman Khan. Okay. Akbar, who produced actually Firdous Makhani, about which is a book on Akbar, which had rendered into Persian from Turkey. टर्की बेस्ड बुक थी जिसे उन्होंने कन्वर्ट किया पर्शियन में, ट्रांसलेट किया पर्शियन में, एंड रिसीव्ड ग्रेट प्रेज फ्रॉम अकबर. अब्दुल रहीम खान. Akbar assigned the task of translation of Wakai of Babur to Abdur Rahim Khan, who was son of Behram Khan. He was scholar of Turkish as well as Persia. He completed it in 1598 and named it as Waqiyat-e-Babari. Okay, and Abul Fazl describes about this in Akbar's book, which is Akbari. Okay. क्वेश्चन नंबर 68, विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग पेयर्स इज नॉट करेक्टली मैच्ड? इनायत खान, शाहजहां, भीमसेन, नुस्खे दिलखुशा, मोहम्मद काजिम, आलमगीर नामा, मोहम्मद वारिस, बहर आजम. ओके, सो यहाँ पर पूछा है नॉट करेक्टली मैच्ड. ओके, शाहजहांनामा, who is the author of शाहजहांनामा? Inayat Khan. Okay, Bhimsen, Nuske Dulkusha, we have already seen. Then Alamgir Nama by Muhammad Kazim. So there is only one, Bahar Azam, which was actually there is none. ये सब सही है. There is nothing wrong in this question. No. 1 minute. Okay, sorry. Bahar Azam, it is written by Abdul Qadir Nazir. Only one is not correctly matched. Yes, it is written by Abdul Qadir Nazir. Okay, गलती से बोल दिया मैंने, सॉरी फॉर दैट. इनायत खान, शाहजहांनामा, okay, which was originally written in Persia, historical work and account of Emperor Shah Jahan, consisting of numerous stories about his life and achievement. It was translated in English by A.R. Fuller. Then Nuske Dilkhusha by Bhimsen Burhanpuri during the reign of Aurangzeb, and in it he depicts a picture of peace and prosperity and flourishing trade conditions at the beginning of Aurangzeb's reign. Alamgir Nama by Muhammad Kazim. Aurangzeb ordered his court historian Muhammad Kazim to record and compile the history of his reign. Okay. Then Bahar Azam जो है अब्दुल कादिर नज़ीर. चलिए आगे बढ़ेंगे हम. मैच लिस्ट 1 विथ लिस्ट 2. Michael Foucault, Edward Said, Hayden White, Mark Bloch, and their books. Historian's Craft, Archaeology of Knowledge, Cultural Imperialism, Meta History. So the correct answer is option 2. ये बुक्स एंड ऑथर्स तो बहुत अच्छे से ध्यान में रखो बिकॉज दे डू रिपीट एवरी टाइम. Michael Foucault, The Archaeology of Knowledge, Edward Said, the Culture and Imperialism, फिर से गला खराब, हिडन वाइट, मेटा हिस्ट्री, मार्क ब्लॉक, हिस्टोरियंस क्राफ्ट. ये हिडन वाइट वाला तो बहुत बार रिपीट हुआ है आगे भी. अभी आप जब आगे के वीडियोस देखेंगे उसमें भी इनके बारे में आएगा. ओके, एंड इनफैक्ट हमने MS सेट के वीडियोस में भी देखा था अबाउट हिडन वाइट एंड ऑल. माइकल फोकॉल्ट, एडवर्ड सेड, मार्क ब्लॉक. अगेन मैच लिस्ट 1 विथ लिस्ट 2. आर.जी. कॉलिंगवुड, भिकू पारेख, दीपेश चक्रवर्ती, एरिक हॉब्सबॉर्न. Colonism, Tradition and Reform, Analysis of Gandhi's Political Discourse, The Idea of History, On History, The Calling of History. So the correct answer is option C. Okay, R.G. Collingwood, The Idea of History. Bhikkhu Parekh, Colonism, Tradition and Reform, Analysis of Gandhi's Political Discourse. Dipesh Chakravarti, The Calling of History, and Eric Hobsbawm, On History. Okay. By the way, R.J. Collingwood's last book is The Idea of History. Proposed history as a discipline in which one relives the past in one's own mind. Actually, we actually while reading the history, we relive the situation, we relive the events. I don't know if it ever happened with you guys or what, but when I used to study the freedom struggle, the independence movement, I used to imagine myself in that. In fact, I used to connect with that things. That is what history is all about. It is about reliving, reimagining yourself in those events. Okay. Then Bhikkhu Parekh's Colonism, Tradition, Reform. In this book, he evaluates Gandhi's efforts to generate the moral order of Indian society, which is appropriate for the modern age. Dipesh Chakravarti's The Calling of History. He is the person who belongs to Subaltern School, along with he is the student of Ranjit Guha. And this The Calling of History, making the discipline of history in late colonial India. Then last, Eric Hobsbawm, On History, reflects upon the theory, practice and development of history and its relevance to the modern world. Okay, चलिए आगे बढ़ेंगे. List 1, List 2, dramatists and their plays. So धर्मवीर भारती, विजय तेंदुलकर, गिरीश कर्नाड and हबीब तनवीर. आगरा बाजार, हयावदन, अंधयुग, घासीराम कोतवाल. करेक्ट आंसर इज ऑप्शन डी. हाँ, ये ऐसे क्वेश्चन ज़्यादा रिपीट नहीं हुए हैं बट अब होते हैं. जो 1920 वाले पेपर्स है उसमें ऐसे ही क्वेश्चन आएंगे आगे. मूवीज से रिलेटेड भी क्वेश्चंस आते हैं, अभी तक आए नहीं हैं, बट जो 22-21 की वीडियो से रहेंगे उसमें आपको वो भी देखने मिलेंगे। धर्मवीर भारती अंधयुग, विजय तेंदुलकर, घासीराम कोतवाल, गिरीश कर्नाड हयावदन एंड हबीब तनवीर आगरा बाजार। ओके, धर्मवीर भारती जिन्होंने कौन सा लिखा है, अंधयुग। आफ्टर द पार्टीशन इट इज रिटन, इट इज सेट ऑन द बैकग्राउंड ऑफ द लास्ट डे ऑफ महाभारत वॉर। Vijay Tendulkar, Ghasiram Kotwal, Ghasiram the Constable, recognized as one of the longest running plays in the world. Written in Marathi, based on the life of Nana Fadavnis. Girish Karnad, Hayavadan, 1971. Most important play of post-independence India. This play tells story of two friends who are in love with the same woman and who accidentally swap heads. Habib Tanvir, Agra Bazaar. Urban middle class actors together with uneducated flocks artists for the first time. ओके, इसमें 19th century when the Mughal empire was tottering and Agra, famous the world over for Taj Mahal, was being constantly attacked. It is shown in this. Question number 72. Which of the following is not correctly matched? Surendranath Banerjee, A Nation in Making, Valentine Chirol, The Legacy of Lokmanya, Subhash Chandra Bose, The Indian Struggle 1935 to 1942, Shahnawaz Khan, My Memories of INA and its Netaji. Which are not correctly matched. Okay, so there are two options. Actually there is only one option. No, there is only one option which is not correctly matched, and it is Valentine Chirol, The Legacy of Lokmanya. It is by Theodore L. Shai. Theodore L. Shai. Okay, The Legacy of Lokmanya. बाकी A Nation in Making, a book by Surendranath Banerjee, not only the autobiography but also commentary on the public life. Then Indian Struggle, it is somewhat autobiography of Subhash Chandra Bose, and in it he has covered from 1920 to 1942 history of Indian independence movement. Okay. Then My Memories of INA, Shahnawaz Khan, who was the witness and who was alongside Netaji. Okay. Question number 73. Arrange the following events in chronological order. Alexander leaves India, burning of Persepolis, Alexander's complete conquest of eastern Iran beyond the Hindu Kush, partition of Alexander's empire at Tri-Paradisus. So the correct option is A, B, C, A, D. सबसे पहले burning of Persepolis, which is approximately 1399 I guess. Okay, so here are the dates. सबसे पहले burning of Persepolis 330 BC, approximately 331 it is. Then Alexander completes conquest of eastern Iran beyond the Hindu Kush 329. Then Alexander leaves India 325, and then partition of Alexander's empire at Tri-Paradisus 321 BC. उसके बाद में Alexander की डेथ भी हो जाती है. Okay. Again arranging. Question number 74. Arrange the following Greek kings' figures in the 13th rock edict of Ashoka in order in which they are mentioned. 13 rock edict को arrange करना है Greek kings के according. Alexander, Antiochus, Antigonus, Ptolemy. Oh, difficult question it is. Okay. So, what is the correct answer? Any guesses? It is option C. What is? Yes, option C. B, D, C, A. सबसे पहले आते हैं Antiochus, then Ptolemy, then Antigonus, and then Alexander. Okay, which is it is in 13th rock edict of Ashoka. 13th rock edict of Ashoka. First is Antiochus. Then Ptolemy, then Antigonus, and then comes Alexander, सबसे last. Okay, there also mention of some other kings like the Pandyas, the Cholas, actually the Cholas, the Pandyas and the Tamrapani. Okay. Question number 75. Arrange the following kingdoms of Dakshinapad conquered by Samudragupta in order in which they are mentioned in Allahabad pillar inscription. Question number C. Now, if you only know the names, it won't help. You have to know the chronology of their arrangements also. So, सबसे पहले Pistapur, Then comes Kanchi, Vengi, and last Devarashtra. Okay. Allahabad pillar inscription, which is approximately 19 to 20 lines, and in his there is mention about the strength, the power of Samudragupta and his victory over the many kings, among which there is Mahendra of Kosala, Vyag Raja of Mahakantara, Mant Raja of Kurala, Mahendragiri of Pishtapur, Mahendragiri who belongs to Pishtapur, then Swami Datta of Kotura, Damana of Erandapala, Vishnu Gopa of Kanchi. ओके, कांची से कौन है? विष्णु गोपा. देन कम्स नील राजा ऑफ अमुक्ता, हस्तिवर्मन ऑफ वेंगी, उग्रसेन ऑफ पलका, कुबेरा ऑफ देवराष्ट्र, एंड धनंजय ऑफ कुस्तलपुरा. ओके, if you want the list, I will also provide it. Do comment, I will provide the list also. Question number 76. Arrange the following Chishti Sufi sheikhs in chronological order. So the correct answer is option B, BADC. The first among them is Moinuddin Chishti. Then comes Nizamuddin Auliya. Arey, it's not working again. Then comes Ghesu Daras. And the last one is Salim Chishti. Okay, Moinuddin Chishti, who came in 1142 till 1235, his period. So he was the spiritual successor and the patronage of royal visitors. He gained the royal patronage also of Muhammad bin Tughlaq, who was the first sultan to visit his shrine. ठीक है. There are also evidences that Sultan Ghiyasuddin Khalji of Malwa was the earliest person who led to the construction of tomb. And yes, one more thing, it is in Ajmer, and there are sayings that Akbar went there 14 times. Nizamuddin Auliya, Hazrat Nizamuddin, and his tomb is in Delhi. Okay, he was a Sunni Muslim scholar and Sufi saint of Chishti. Ghesu Daras, Sufi mystic Khwaja Bande Nawaz Ghesu Daras belonged to Chishti order of Sufism, and he is very famous in Deccan, India. Salim Chishti, one of the most revered Sufi saints of Mughal period, 1478 to 1572, he was the contemporary of Akbar. Okay. Sheikh Salim Chishti's Kankha, that the saint blessed Emperor Akbar, and where Emperor Jahangir was born. It was the same place. Okay. चलिए आगे बढ़ेंगे. Question number 77. Arrange the following travelers visit to India in chronological sequence. It is option C. The first one will be Al-Biruni. Then comes Ibn Battuta. Then Sidi Riyas. Then William Pinch. Okay. Al-Biruni, who came in the 10th century approximately to India, and he has written the book Kitabul Hind. Okay, in Arabic. 80 chapters on subjects such as religion, philosophy, festivals, astronomy, alchemy, manners, customs, social life, everything. Ibn Battuta, Moroccan Muslim voyage, who was born in 14th century, and his very famous book is Rihla. Sayyid al-Riyas, 15th century, Ottoman admiral and navigator, who came to India in 16th century, and he has written the book Miratul Memlak, the mirror of countries, in which he describes the life of Mughal court in the mid 16th century. William Pinch, 1608, he came to Surat, and with Sir William Hawkins, he was the representative of East India Company. Okay, he came to India during the reign of Jahangir. William Pinch का बात है जहांगीर के reign के time पर, and he has written the book Early Travels in India. Sorry, actually his record is written in the book Early Travels in India by Sir William Foster. ठीक है. Question number 78. Arrange the following monuments in chronological sequence. So it is option C, option D, C, D, A, B. Okay. सबसे पहले शेख सलीम चिश्ती's tomb, फतेहपुर सिकरी. It was during 1570 to 80. We will consider it 1571. Okay, till 1580. Then comes Char Minar, Hyderabad, 1591. By the way, Salim Chishti's tomb was built by Akbar. And then Char Minar, Muhammad Quli Qutub Shah. Akbar's tomb, Sikandara, of course, after death of Akbar. 1605 till 1613. Then comes Gol Gumbad Bijapur. It is 1627 approximately. Actually, the exact time is not known. Muhammad Adil Shah's reign was from 1627 till 1656 and it was built by him. So we will consider it as 1640s. Okay. Question number 79. Arrange the following Mughal emperors in chronological sequence. Farrukhsiyar, Jahandar Shah, Bahadur Shah, Muhammad Shah. So it is option C. सबसे पहले आते हैं बहादुर शाह, known as Shah Alam I. He was the 7th Mughal. ओके कब आए थे ये? 1707 से 1712 तक थे ये बहादुर शाह. ओके देन ही वॉज अल्टीमेटली नोन एज द किंग ऑफ दिल्ली. जहांगीर शाह कम्स इन 1712 आफ्टर बहादुर शाह, जब उनकी डेथ हो जाती है तो. ओके देन फारूखसिया 1713, क्योंकि ये एक ही साल आए थे. जहांगीर शाह, मोहम्मद शाह 1719 to 1748. ओके चलिए आगे बढ़ेंगे हम. Note down the dates also. Arrange the following correct chronological order. So Bengal Criminal Law Amendment Act, the Bengal Suppression of Terrorist Outrages Act, Bengal Emergency Powers Ordinances, Bengal Criminal Law Amendment Ordinance. It is option A. Okay. सबसे पहले आता है Bengal Criminal Law Amendment Ordinance 1924, which was actually passed in 1925. Okay. Then comes the Bengal Suppression of Terrorist Outrage. 1 minute. Okay. Some mistake. Oh, it is 1924 only. I was correct. Bye. Then comes the criminal law, which is 1925. Bengal this Outrages Act 1932. Arey, why is it happening? Okay, Bengal Outrages Act 1930. And then comes Bengal Emergency Powers Ordinances 1932. It is also 1932. And yes, यही आंसर दिया है हमारे ऑफिशियल आंसर की में A. That's why I am also considering it as A. Okay. Bengal Criminal Law Amendment Ordinance of 1924. It was enacted into law. Bengal Criminal Law Amendment. पहले ऑर्डिनेंस आता है ना किसी का भी, तो ये ऑर्डिनेंस था and then it turned into act in 1925. Okay. Then Bengal Suppression of Terrorist Act 1932, an act to provide suppressing the terrorist movement in Bengal. Okay. Then comes the Bengal Emergency Powers Ordinance 1932. These both are 1932 only. चलिए 81. Chronologically arrange the following social legislations passed by the British. So it is a repeated question also. Regulation 17 that declared sati to be illegal in Bengal Presidency. Hindu Widows Remarriage Act 15. Act 5 which made slavery illegal in India. Regulation 3 which declared infanticide to be a murder. So the correct answer is option D. सबसे पहले आता है Regulation 3 1789. Infanticide was first officially recorded by British rule in 1789 and by resident of Benares. Okay, law came in. It was first officially recorded in 1789 and law came in 1804. I am somewhat out today. I don't know why. Then sati became illegal. Okay, it was in 1829. Then Act 5 slavery illegal 1843. And then comes Hindu Widow Remarriage Act 1856 by Lord Dalhousie, and it was Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar who played major role in establishment of this act, Hindu Widow Remarriage Act. Okay. Again, arranges the establishment of political association chronologically. This is also repeated. Madras Mahajan Sabha, Bombay Presidency Association, Pune Sarvajanik Sabha, and Bombay Association. So the correct answer is option D. That is Bombay Association, 1852, August 26, 1852. Then comes Pune Sarvajanik Sabha, 1867. Then comes the Madras Mahajan Sabha, 1884. And then comes Bombay Presidency Association, 1885. Okay. चलिए. So Bombay Association, which was by Jagannath Seth, who was the chairman of this. Then Pune Sarvajanik Sabha by Mahadev Govind Ranade. Madras Mahajan Sabha, B.M. Biragachari and B. Subramaniam Iyer, P. Anand Charlu. Then Bombay Presidency, Bhairun Tayyabji and Feroz Shah Mehta, K.T. Telang. Okay. Question number 83, assertion and reasoning. The oldest paintings of Ajanta are datable to the 2nd and 1st BC century BC. Chronologically, the paintings of caves number 1 and 2 are the last in the series and pertain to the post-Gupta period. So, correct answer is option B. B hai na papa. A and R are true, but R is not the correct explanation of A. Okay. What is the assertion? The oldest painting of Ajanta are datable to 2nd and 1st century BC. Out of the caves are carved out of the horseshoe-shaped cliffs along the Vagora river. सबको ही पता है कि alongside Vagora river it is. There were the Buddhist monks who used to pray there. Chaityas were built and monasteries were built for about 9 centuries. Then जो reason दिया है उन्होंने, chronologically painting of cave number 1 and 2 are the last in the series. Okay, तो सबसे पहला phase कब आता है? 2nd century to 1st century BC, and the object of worship is the stupa here, and caves 9, 10, 12 and 13 and 15A belong to this era. Okay, and then phase 2, which is 5th century AD to 6th century AD, excavations were by Pakatakas and Chalukyas and belong to Mahayan Buddhism. ठीक है. और जो cave number 1 है, विहारा है actually, filled with wall murals, sculptures and ceiling paintings that date back to 5th century. Late है वो, ठीक है, 5th century AD. And cave 1 also had a porch that led to main hall, however it has since collapsed. Then cave number 2, which was started in also 5th century, mostly carved between 475 and 477 CE, probably sponsored and influenced by women closely related to empire, Harisena. Okay. The information required is ka. Question number 84. Given below are two statements, one labeled as assertion and other as reason. Rajashekhara wrote a drama entitled Bala Ramayana, and then he was teacher of Pratihara king Ramabhadra. So correct is option C. A is true but R is false. Rajashekhara wrote the drama Bala Ramayana, described as perhaps the longest play ever in world, written in world. Okay. Rajashekhara was not a teacher of this Ramabhadra. He was a court poet of Gurjara Pratiharas. Okay. Also he wrote Kavya Mimamsa, another book, Karpur Manjari, and one more play, Soraseni Prakrit. Okay. Note down the play act, Saraseni Prakriti, and the books Kavya Mimamsa and Karpur Manjari. Okay, question number 85. Given below are two statements, again assertion and reasoning. From a Nalanda copper plate, we learned that Pala Devpala donated 5 villages for upkeep of both the vihara at Nalanda, built by Balaputra Deva, the king of Swarnadeepa and Yavabhumi. It is unique testimony to the long intercourse maintained by Shailendras with their motherland. It is option A. Both A and R are true, and R is the correct explanation of A. The Nalanda inscription is an ancient Buddhist inscription located in Nalanda which dates 860 CE, and inscription talks about King Devpala of Bengala, who had granted the request of Sri Maharaja of Swarnadeepa, Balaputra Deva, to build a Buddhist monastery at Nalanda. Okay. Balaputra Deva was mentioned as son of Samagra Veera and grandson of Shailendra Vara Salithaka, and stylized name Sri Veera Bhari Matha, something very difficult to pronounce, who was the king of Java that married Tara, daughter of Dharmasetu. Okay. And it is said that on the request, King Devpala, who was preceptor for initiating into widowhood the wives of all enemies through envoys, the respectful and out of devotion, and issuing a charter, granted these 5 villages, whose purpose had been motived for the welfare of himself and his parents and the world. Complex है इसका. Okay. And the reason, जो unique testimony है, long intercourse between Shailendras with their motherland, it is the correct reason. Okay. Because they have maintained their ties and their relations with India. चलिए, question number 86. Given below are 2 statements, assertion and reasoning again. Nadir Shah's occupation of Delhi and massacre of its people carried men's memories 340 years back to similar calamity at the hands of Timur. Nadir Shah, on the other hand, did not annex the Trans-Indus province and the whole of Afghanistan. So it is option C. A is true but R is false. Nadir Shah, the Shah of Persia, invaded North India and attacked Delhi in 1739. His army had easily defeated the Mughals at the Battle of Karnal and eventually captured the Mughal capital. And it is estimated that approximately 20,000 to 30,000 Indian men, women and children were slaughtered by the Afsharid troops, जो कि नादिर शाह के troops थे, and during the massacre of city of Delhi, 30,000, and the total massacre was approximately 3 lakh पूरे इंडिया का. Okay. And also 10,000 women and children were taken slaves. Again, जब तिमूर ने किया था, the capture of Delhi Sultanate was one of the Timur's greatest victory in 1398. Okay, after Delhi fell to Timur's army, uprising by its citizens against the Turkic Mongols began to occur, causing a retaliatory bloody massacre within the city walls. उन्होंने retaliate किया था because memories were prevalent. Okay, and जो reason दिया है that Nadir Shah's occupation of Delhi and massacre of its people carried men's memories, that is correct, assertion is correct, and he also annexed the Trans-Indus province and the whole of Afghanistan. यहाँ पर बोला है not, but it is not correct. Therefore हमारा आंसर है C. Question number 87. No other leader succeeded so in arousing and mobilizing the depressed classes for their own development as Dr. Ambedkar, for he gave them a sense of their own identity. Dr. Ambedkar's whole being rose in articulate protest against the social order which condemned him and his people to a life of social atrocity, material deprivation and psychological injury and insult. Both A and R are true and R is the correct explanation of A. उनके साथ में ये सब injustice हुए थे, इसलिए उन्होंने लोगों को सिखाया, उन्हें बोला कि आप खुद मोबिलाइज हो, खुद पढ़ो लिखो, एंड देन आवाज़ अपनी बढ़ाओ. ओके. क्वेश्चन नंबर 88. Assertion and reasoning. History refers to both the subject matter and thought process. Reason. Thought processes of historical thinking involves raising questions, marshalling evidence, discerning patterns in evidence, and critiquing in narrative written by others. Critiquing the narratives written by others. Both A and R are true, and R is the correct explanation of A. Easy question है, पढ़कर भी ध्यान में आ जाता है. Again, question number 89. Assertion and reasoning. Pride, vanity, sympathy, antipathy, personal rivalry, political differences, social distinctions, religious disputes, or patriotic favor could induce certain individuals to distort original records. Correct. There remains a grey zone between scholarship and political statements which perhaps affect historians more than others because they have been used from time immemorial to legitimate claims of politicians. Both A and R true, but R is not the correct explanation. यहाँ पर वो बात अलग कर रहे हैं, यहाँ पर वो बात कर रहे हैं certain individuals to distort individual original records. कुछ चीज़ें जैसे कि प्राइड, वैनिटी, सिंपैथी, एंटीपैथी, पर्सनल राइवलरी और पॉलिटिकल डिफरेंसेस, ये सारे की वजह से जो ओरिजिनल रिकॉर्ड्स है वो बदले जाते हैं, चेंज किए जाते हैं. बट देयर रिमेन्स अ ग्रे जोन बिटवीन स्कॉलरशिप एंड पॉलिटिकल स्टेटमेंट. यहाँ पर जो स्टेटमेंट है ये दूसरा है. ओके, दोनों सही है, बट जो स्टेटमेंट है वो दूसरा है. ये परसेप्शन ऑफ हिस्ट्री है. ठीक है, जो पॉलिटिशियंस अपने अकॉर्डिंग चेंज करते टू लेजिटिमेट क्लेम्स. ओके. Question number 90. Assertion reasoning. From about 1715, Bengali merchants preferred to opt for English carriage services and utilize English vessels through their freight traffic. Reason in entrusting their goods to a private English ship, there were in fact entrusting goods to company whose privileged private Englishmen enjoyed. Correct. Option A. Okay. So the assertion from 1715. The Calcutta fleet of English, numbering about 20 ships in 1715, which doubled till 1720-30. Approximately 15 थे 20 थे तो वो 40 हो गए थे 1720s में ही. And displaced the Dutch as well as the local merchants of Bengal maritime trade from the Persian Gulf and the Red Sea routes. ठीक है. And the decline of traditional trading structure with its node in Surat went under the aftermath of Mughal decline. क्योंकि मुगल पावर भी डिक्लाइन हो रहा था एंड ब्रिटिश पर ज़्यादा ट्रस्ट था, उनके वेसल्स पर ज़्यादा ट्रस्ट था टू कैरी द प्रोडक्ट्स, टू कैरी द थिंग्स. देयरफॉर द बंगाली मर्चेंट्स प्रेफर्ड द इंग्लिश शिप्स. देन इन इंटरेस्टिंग देयर गुड्स टू प्राइवेट द इंग्लिश शिप, हमारा जो रीज़न है. तो दे हैव बिल्ड द ट्रस्ट ऑफ द लोकल मर्चेंट्स. देयरफॉर द इंग्लिश वेयर सेंसिबल एंड वेयर very trustworthy when it comes to business. Therefore the local merchants, the Bengali merchants, were trusting them with their goods, and therefore they were enjoying the privileges and the opportunities which came with the transportation. Okay, चलिए पैसेज है. आप क्वेश्चन नंबर 91. Barani's purpose of writing Tariq-e-Firuz-Shahi was to protect Sharia. Please Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Please Firuz Shah Tughlaq highlight the events during Iltutmish Sikandar Lodi period. It is please Firuz Tughlaq. Of course उनके ऊपर अगर बुक लिख रहे हैं तो उन्हीं के लिए उन्हीं को प्लीज़ करने के लिए लिखेंगे ना. Very easy. Then name the book of Barani which is history of the Delhi Sultanate from point where Mina Siraj ended his book. Name the book of Barani which is history of Delhi Sultanate from the point where Mina Siraj ended his book. ये है तारिक-ए-फिरोज शाही. Okay. कंटिन्यूएशन ऑफ एन अर्लियर वर्क ऑफ तबकात नासिरी, जो मीना सिराज की बुक है तबकात नासिरी. ओके, एंड वही कंटिन्यू करता है. बर्नी वॉज अनेबल टू फुलफिल हिज प्रॉमिस बिकॉज ही डाइड शॉर्टली आफ्टर द कंप्लीशन ऑफ तारिक-ए-फिरोज शाही विच कंप्राइजेज अकाउंट्स ऑफ 6 किंग्स. चलिए अब हम मीनाज, व्हाट इज द टाइटल ऑफ मीना सिराज बुक्स? अभी मैंने बोला तबकात नासिरी, ऑप्शन सी. ओके, 13th century Persian historian who wrote the book Tabqat-e Nasiri, and it is important source of information about the history of India from the times of Ghaznavid dynasty to the early years of Delhi Sultanate. Okay, in this there is evidences of socio-political events and valuable insights are provided into the diverse culture of the society. Question number 94. Which of the following is correct about Barani's writing style? Barani has written dynastic history. Barani is accurate in providing dates of political events. Barani's accounts end at Muhammad bin Tughlaq's reign. Barani believed in critical analysis of socio-economic intellectual history. Option D. ये भी पैसेज में ही दिया हुआ है पॉइंट. ओके, Barani applies to events a distinct historical theory of his own. His writing was distinct, therefore. The preface of Tariq-e-Firuz Shahi presents florid language, but the remaining portion of the book reveal a simple, clear and lucid style. 95. Which are the elements of triangular relationship described by Barani? It is option A only. It is also given in passage. Despotic monarchy, established nobility, upstarts from the non-aristocratic class. यही पर दिया हुआ है सी. Okay. Question number, okay, again a passage. From the following, who adopted the policy of doctrine of lapse? ये तो आपको पता ही होगा. 1850s में आए थे doctrine of lapse, Lord Dalhousie, who was the Governor General from 1848 to 1856. Okay. Any princely state under the direct or indirect control of East India Company should the ruler not produce a legal male heir would be annexed by the company. अगर उनको आगे जाकर उनके बच्चे नहीं होते हैं तो वो कंपनी एनेक्स कर लेंगे. Question number 97. Which of the following was not one of the cause of the revolt of 1857? Economic exploitation, popular discontent and hatred against the foreign rule, faulty judicial system and first Afghan war. Option D, first Afghan war. Okay, first Afghan war कब हुआ था? 1839-42 तक हुआ था. And the revolt of 1857 was Indian rebellion or the Sipai mutiny. Okay. And क्यों हुआ था? Due to the economic exploitation, popular discontent and hatred, faulty judicial system. Question number 98. Choose the correct option from the following. Due to various land and revenue policies, Indian peasants become rich? No. British land and revenue policies led to indebtedness of Indian peasants? Correct. The judicial system helped the poor to rise against their oppressors? No. Traditional zamindars and chiefs were favorable dealt with the Britishers? No. So the correct option is answer B. यहाँ पर पूछा है करेक्ट ऑप्शन और ये है इनडेप्थनेस, यानी कि वो कर्ज में डूब गए थे. Who? The Indian peasants. Question number 99. Who among the following considered the revolt of 1857 as merely a sepoy mutiny? John W. Key. Okay, it is also given in the passage. आगे बढ़ेंगे. 100. Question number 100. The last question. Which one of the following state was not annexed under the doctrine of lapse? उदयपुर, भगत, संबलपुर एंड अवध. इट इज ऑप्शन डी अवध. अवध को क्यों एनेक्स किया था? ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ मिस गवर्नेंस. ओके, और कौन से स्टेट्स एनेक्स हुए थे अकॉर्डिंग टू डॉक्ट्रिन ऑफ लैप्स? दे वर जयपुर, संबलपुर, भगत, उदयपुर, झांसी, नागपुर. ओके, चलिए इसी के साथ में हमारा आज का वीडियो यहीं पर एंड होता है. द पार्ट 2 इज एंडिंग हियर. होप यू लाइक द वीडियो. डू लाइक, शेयर एंड सब्सक्राइब टू द चैनल इफ यू आर न्यू, and tell your friends about the channel. Thank you for watching.